Mel Tucker, who joins us now live from Big Ten Media Days in Indianapolis. Coach, thank you so much for your time. As we wind down the offseason, what was the best thing you did this offseason?
I'll tell you what, the best thing we did is we really leaned hard into peer accountability, moving more from a coach-led team into a player-led team. We brought in a firm called The Program. They work with our players for 2 days, put them through the paces, and that really was a catalyst for our guys to understand that it's what's required to confront your teammates and demand that they do things right. That's leadership, that's team cohesiveness, and that's really how we intend to take the next step.
Coach, I love that you're 100% ball and you want to talk ball all the time, but I wanted to get personal with you. What did Mel Tucker do for fun and get some downtime and maybe relax before it gets started?
Yeah, I tell you what, I haven't taken too many days off. I did actually go to Las Vegas a few weeks ago, and I took in a UFC fight. That was my first fight in Vegas. That was my first time UFC, and I tell you what, I had a blast, and that atmosphere was unbelievable.
Yeah, there's nothing like a fight night in Vegas, and you're hoping to get ready for the fight here in year 3 at Michigan State. Coach, what foundation have you built in your 3 years there?
Yeah, we're really heavy on our culture. We're culture warriors. And we've shifted the culture. It starts with a relentless mindset, a culture of accountability, attention to detail, a sense of urgency, togetherness, teamwork, and good old-fashioned hard work. That's what we built here at Michigan State. Our players are bought in, our coaching staff is obviously bought in, and our fans are bought in. Everyone's on the same page. We know that we have a chance to do some special things here in East Lansing. We just have to keep chopping, just stay hungry, keep the chip on our shoulder, okay, and make sure that we reach our full potential.
Yeah, you talk about staying hungry because last year was a remarkable year. 11-2 a year ago, Peach Bowl win, top 10 ranking. Coach, that's last year. That's all well and good. What's it going to take to sustain that type of season and momentum?
Yeah, I mean, that was 11-2 for us was a step in the right direction. And like you said, no one cares what you did a year ago. It's all about what we do next. We just have to continue to get better. Our strength and conditioning program is very strong. I feel like we had a really good spring. We're a better football team now than we were a year ago. And it's really about trusting the process. The behaviors, the actions that we take on a day-to-day basis will create the outcomes. We know what we need to do on a day-to-day basis. We just need to do those things. Have the discipline, have the strength, the mental fortitude to do what we need to do. And we can't go based upon how we feel. Mm-hmm. We have to go based upon what needs to be done.
And you talk about what needs to be done because I mentioned you get Peyton Thorne back. That's a luxury, having a veteran quarterback. Same with your star receiver, Jaden Reed. Yeah. So in terms of those guys, they've played together since middle school, so the chemistry is there. But what's needed to take that next step?
Yeah, so, Peyton Thorne obviously is an outstanding player, and having him back is a dream. The next step in his progression is leadership, and not just leading by example, but holding his teammates accountable on all fronts. Same thing with Jay Reed. Jay Reed, we know that he's an explosive player on offense, also on special teams. I mean, he can win the one-on-ones, but he's played a lot of football. And he and Peyton have been there together. They want more. Okay, so how can those guys lead in a way to just bring their teammates along? It's not a coach-led team, but a player-led team. And those guys have the respect of their teammates. Okay, so they can help us tremendously not just by leading by example, but really confronting their teammates, okay, and demanding that they do things to the standard.
Yeah, and the standard last year was Kenneth Walker, your star running back. You got him out of the transfer portal. He's off to the NFL. You've had a lot of success in the portal. You brought in 15 last year. The number is 8 this year. What do you like about using the portal to find the talent that fits what you're trying to build?
Yeah, well, it allows us not to have to reach for high school players, and we're not going to reach in the portal. We know what type of guys we need. Our staff does a really good job identifying players, evaluating players, and acquiring players that are the right fit for us. And when you get guys out of the portal, you know more of what they can do, at the college level. Everyone in the portal that's a talented player is not for us, but we've been able to do a really good job trusting our process and making sure that it's the right fit.
One of the big stories, of course, with the Big Ten is you got UCLA and USC out of the Pac-12. You know the conference well. You were the head coach at Colorado. What are your thoughts on the ever-growing Big Ten and speculation that it could get even bigger?
Yeah, I tell you, I'm really excited about the direction of the conference. Kevin Warren has done a great job. He is a brilliant man, and he's really positioned us for success in the future. I think it's a positive thing with the addition of USC and UCLA. From a recruiting standpoint, we recruit nationally, coast to coast. We have players on our team from California, from Nevada, from Colorado, from Arizona. That's just only going to increase our visibility, help us get into more homes of more good players out west. It just really strengthens our conference. And the players that we recruit, they want to play on a huge stage. They want to be visible. They want NIL opportunities. And the direction that the Big Ten is going, obviously, this is a marquee league, a league where players are going to want to play from all over the country.
You talk about marquee. You've certainly had your name on the marquee. 2-0 against Michigan since you've arrived. You've got their attention. That's when you know you've made it. When Jim Harbaugh mentions Michigan State yesterday, as did Eric All, I want your reaction to living in the head of your Michigan counterpart since you've beat them 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's a rivalry, and we acknowledge that. I acknowledge that from day one. It's not just a game for us. It's not just a game. It's the biggest game of the year, and it's a game that we got to find a way to win.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.